Hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're going to be starting in just a minute here. I'm going to wait till about the one after mark for any other RSVPs to trickle in, and then we'll get started with the action button demo. So just hold on tight. Right, well, welcome in. We're going to get started at maybe the one after mark. I just want to give an opportunity for a couple of the other RSVPs just to trickle in, and then we'll get started with the action button demo. Welcome in, everyone. We're going to get started in just about a minute here. Taylor, you can see the share screen okay?
Yep, looking good.
All right. Yeah, we'll get started in just a minute here. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Welcome, everyone, to the Action Button live demo. Really quickly, my name is Cameron. I'm an onboarding specialist here at NationBuilder, and I'm joined by my co-host and customer success writer, Taylor Green. We're going to be just going over the agenda here first, and then we're going to hop into making some buttons, talking about what an action button is. But essentially, we're going to be, talking about what action button is, creating some different buttons, talking about some of the premium features past the paywall, going over like a live example that's out there on the internet, talking a little bit about the action button and NationBuilder integration, cover over pricing really quickly, and then hop into a Q&A. So if you have any questions throughout the demo or now or anytime, you'll see a Q&A box down below. Just drop them in there, and then Taylor will be fielding those questions right after we are done with the demo. So I'm going to pop on over here. What is Action Button? So if you've been involved in digital advocacy at all in the last 10, 15 years, then you're very well aware that you are in an extreme competition for people's attention. There are a million GIFs and videos and ads all flying around on the internet, garnering for that elusive click or impression. So in order to separate yourself from all of that clutter, you're going to need a tool that helps separate you from the pack, and Action Button is that tool. So what is Action Button? It's going to be a visually engaging new tool designed to immediately attract, understand, and mobilize your supporters to take action for your particular cause. And with Action Button, it's going to be really easily shareable. You can embed them onto your websites. You could share the links directly through email, text, or social media channels. And some of the first buttons that we're going to be exploring here are going to be these 6 buttons right here. And those are all going to be some of the free button types that you have an opportunity to interact with. So I'm just going to slide my screen on over, and we can just talk a little bit about each one of these different buttons here. These first 6 here are going to be all the buttons that you can access for free. This first one, the donation button, is really wonderful if you are a 501c3 or you support a 501c3. You want to make it really, really easy to share and have people donate to that particular organization. For the volunteer carousel here, this is actually going to be geolocated to match your audience with volunteer opportunities that coincide with Volunteer Match's nationwide database. The dial here is definitely going to be one of the most visually engaging buttons, and these are really awesome for numerical quizzes. Sentiment poll, we're actually going to create one of these in just a minute here, but with the sentiment poll, these are going to be another really popular visually engaging tool or button here that is going to be mainly for like wider varying stances just to gauge people's sentiment. And then we have our quiz and poll options here, which are both pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple, just to quiz or gauge people's sentiment right there. So if we want to go in and actually create our first button, well, let's just go ahead and just choose a sentiment poll right here, just show you how easy it is to just get one of these actually spun up. I press next down here. And the first part is we're going to put in a title. I kind of have one queued up here. And for this particular case, for my Giraffe Society demo, account here. I'm going to be primarily concerned with the use of single-use plastics at our local zoo. So I just put that subject into the title there. For the left choice, I could put maybe not important. For the right choice, very important. I have an opportunity to select what my image slider is here. And I have this cute little picture of a giraffe that I'm going to put right in the middle there. And go on next to my results screen. And as easy as that, I could finish and now view my button, interact with it, share it out on any of these channels, take it and embed it to my website if I want to. And that we've kind of checked out and created our first button there. Let's just hop on back and talk a little bit about some of the premium buttons that you can create past the paywall and some of the benefits that you get from that. So the first thing is going to be button sequencing. So this is going to be where you can pair different buttons together creatively. Most commonly, what individuals are going to be doing and customers are going to be doing with this is taking one of those buttons that I mentioned that's really visually engaging to pull your audience in, and then sequencing or pairing that with a button that's going to be designed to have them drive a specific action. Next is going to be data collection. So you're going to be able to export any kind of data that you're collecting from these particular buttons, contact info, how people are answering particular sentiment polls. And then you're going to get these 5 different advanced button types: the sign up, petition, opinion, contact your reps, and the custom email target. All are really powerful advocacy buttons that can supercharge your advocacy campaign. And before we go in and actually check out some of these premium buttons, I want to take you to the Syrian American Council's website so we can see how somebody is creatively utilizing ActionButton out in the wild today. So on Syrian American Council's website, in their action portal here for the 2023 earthquake, they have this really cool call to action for Congress. And if I slide down here, I see this is actually going to be our Contact Your Reps button. And with this, I personally, Cameron, am located in District 5 in Midtown Kansas City, Missouri. And this is actually pulling my particular representative, Representative Emmanuel Cleaver, out. And I have an opportunity to edit and send an email to this individual, put in my information, put in my email. Got to have an opportunity to preview this text down here, sign my name at the bottom if I actually wanted to send this out, which I'm not going to. Press done, and then send that out. Another really cool thing just to note here with the Contact Your Reps button, just in case somebody were to maybe have a VPN. See, this is pulling me from my geolocated address right here, but if I were to be on a VPN or something like that, and this wasn't pulling up maybe my exact rep, I could always go on to the Not Your Rep button right here, enter in my particular address, and it will actually pull out that particular rep. So we're going to go back here and just check out and go over each one of these premium buttons. So this is the first one that we spoke about. So it's going to be geolocated to outreach for lawmakers in the US, Canada, and the United Kingdom. And we're actually going to go in and create one of these buttons in just a minute, just to show you how easy it is. Opinion poll is going to be really good for gathering kind of longer form free text opinions from individuals. Your petition, pretty self-explanatory. Got to be able to gather petition signatures really easily and effective with that. Sign up button is going to give you an opportunity to have people opt in for email and text messaging communication. Then lastly, here we have our custom email target, which we're going to use in one of our sequence buttons that we're going to be making a little bit later in the demo. With the custom email target, this is going to be really great for individuals that maybe aren't going to meet your criteria for the Contact Your Reps button. So for the custom email target, maybe whether you're wanting to email the city council president or the president of the UN, somebody that might not pull up in the Contact Your Reps button, this one is going to be a great option for that. But we're just going to go ahead and go to the Contact Your Reps button here. I'm just going to click Next just to start creating that button. And what we're going to see first is the audience country. We're going to have an opportunity to select between the US, UK, and Canada. Whether we want representatives, state legislatures, governor, going to be able to put a title into here. and the title will translate right to the top. And it's gonna pull in my local representatives' names. We have an opportunity to have them email, call, or tweet. You got to select your topic down below for the email subject. Something in there, then body, you're going to have your body text right here. Always good to have something like your name at the bottom for somebody to know to add their personal signature. And we go ahead and we're happy with how all this looks. Go ahead and press next. Got to take us to an opportunity to preview the button that we just made. I'm going to go ahead and just say I am happy with it. Going to press finish. And we'll see it right here at the top. Going to have an opportunity to view this button. I'm going to go out, interact with it a little bit. So we're going to have a chance to check out that email that we just set up, phone numbers for each particular individual, or an opportunity to take it out to Twitter and to tweet to them. All right, so we just made the contact your reps button. Let's just go back into the slideshow here. And we can talk a little bit about the integration between ActionButton and NationBuilder. So with ActionButton and NationBuilder, so on the basic plan, this is actually going to be included if you already have a NationBuilder plan. You're going to get data collection and the NationBuilder integration included with that. You're going to get those button sequencing that we talked about with connecting two buttons together, and you get 2 buttons a month, all included with your NationBuilder plan. Then there is also a pro plan, which is going to include all those basic features that I just mentioned, but you're also going to get the custom email target and the contact your lawmakers button, and a total of 5 buttons that you're going to get per month. And if I'm just going to pop on over here, we're just going to go ahead and go into one of these sequence buttons that I have queued up here. And then we're going to see how that integrates back into your NationBuilder account. So if I press view button for my sequence buttons here, as you can see, I chose a sentiment poll and a custom email target to pair together here. So if I go ahead and press view button, and I'm going to go into edit and just kind of go into the back end just to show you all how I set this up. So we just made a sentiment poll button. So you should be pretty familiar with kind of just how I set all of that up. I'm going to press next. So this is going to take us into action 2 for our next button here. And so this is going to be the contact your rep button. So unlike the contact your custom email target button. So unlike the contact your rep, we're actually going to be putting in the recipient's name here because this is not going to be geolocated polling the particular individuals. Going to put their email in here. As it says here, the email will not be shown to users. So this is a good opportunity for them to be able to reach out to folks. And you got to put in your title, which will go right here. Your email text will go right here, obviously your name, the email subject that the recipient will actually see. Go ahead and just press next. And as we see here, we have our sequence button all set up and ready. Let's just go ahead and view that. And okay, so how important is it to ban single-use plastics at the zoo? I'm just going to go ahead and say very important. That's going to then automatically take me over into where I can now edit and send this email to John Zoo owner. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop back in here and just show a couple things before I head over into NationBuilder. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to add it to an automation. So if we see here, these 3 little dots here, since I have my NationBuilder account attached to my ActionButton account, and I've already created an automated email series so that for when people fill out, whenever people fill out my particular action button, they're going to be automatically enrolled into an email series in my NationBuilder that's going to send them an email immediately upon them filling out the action button, then wait a week, send them the second email in that welcome series, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to go ahead and easily add them automatically to that automation right here. So I have my Zoo action button sign up welcome series in my NationBuilder. I'm going to select from, go ahead and press save. And one thing I'm going to do so that I can easily embed this onto the homepage of my NationBuilder website is click on copy button ID. And one last thing I want to point out to you before we head over into my Nation Builder is going to be, just want to show you how easy it is to customize the back end of some of these buttons with your particular brand's colors. So if I click on my actual account profile here, and I go down to group information, this is where we can put in your organization name, you can put in your logo, for your theming colors, put in the hex codes for whatever your particular branding is. Really easy to download any kind of data, and then really easy to connect this integration over with NationBuilder. All right, so I'm going to head over into the dashboard of my Giraffe Society demo account here. And the first thing that I just want to point out to you is going to be in this workflow section. This is where I set up that automated email series. So if we see right here, I have my Zoo Action Button Sign Up Welcome series. Just go into this a little bit just to kind of preview a little bit in case anybody's not super familiar with these automated email workflow series. So for this particular one, I chose a couple different sources for this particular welcome series. One of them is going to be that custom email target button that we just created. And then the other one's going to be anybody coming from my volunteer sign up page. So any individuals coming in from either of these two sources will get automatically enrolled into this email series where they're going to get that first intro email upon taking the action, then wait a week, get their second, wait a week, and get their final email there. Okay, so before we go to the website and actually show you how easy it is to embed these onto a page, I'm just going to go to the people database, NationBuilder CRM here. And just show you that as people are filling out the information and they're interacting with these action buttons, these will the profiles will be created in your NationBuilder CRM, adding their contact information, having tags on their profiles relating to which particular buttons they might have been interacting with. And I'm just going to go to the website tab. I'm going to go to my home page here, go to my content section. And this seems like a good place to put my action button right here. And conveniently, we have this nice little action button, insert from action button right here that we can click. All I need to do is click on that button ID. So if you remember earlier, I copied that button ID. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here, press OK. And then that's automatically going to go ahead and add that button right to my home page here. All I need to do is press save. Then we can go out to that front page, interact with it, see it live on my homepage. It would load, continue to site. Okay. So we see here right there on my homepage for the Giraffe Society, we have my action button that I set up there. And give us an opportunity to edit and send this email to John Zoo owner. And then if I filled this out, it would automatically come right back into the NationBuilder people database. Tags going to be thrown on my profile. And I'm just going to hop back right into my control panel here. Give me 1 second. And to show you one more thing before we head out and go back into the slideshow here for a second. So if in the top right corner here, if you have an integrated action button account, you're going to have a really easy, quick access button to hop back into your action button account. If I just click this, it's going to take me right logged in to my action button account here. So maybe if I forgot to copy my button ID or something like that, I can just easily pop right back on over. And then if you're curious about, if you already have an action or a NationBuilder account, you're curious about where to add on that free basic account or to add on the pro, in the same area here under your contacts and billing section, it's going to be living right in your add-on section. Since I've already had it added on, it won't be appearing here, but if you have it added on, it will be right here in your add-on section. Okay, so I'm just going to slide on back. We're going to cover pricing really quickly and then hop into a Q&A for y'all. So, okay, just to make this make sense for y'all. So for the action button free account, you get one button. You get embedded, and they are able to be embedded and shared. And the buttons that you get are the polls, the quizzes, the donation, and the volunteer. Now, if you're going to action button paid for $29 a month, you're getting 2 buttons a month. You're getting everything on the action button free, as well as the sign up, petition, and opinion buttons. And you're also getting the custom email target and the contact your reps button. For the Action Button and NationBuilder Basic, so this is the one that's included with a NationBuilder plan, you are getting everything from the Action Button free, the Action Button paid, only you're just not getting the custom email target and contact your rep buttons. That is for the Action Button and NationBuilder Plus plan for $49 a month. You're getting 5 total buttons. You're getting the full amount of buttons, the sequencing, the sign up of the petition, and fully embeddable as well.